We have arrived at Numbers chapter 11. And it says, "And when the people complained," we all do that, don't we? "It displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and the mixed multitude that was among them." Remember when they came out, it wasn't just the Israelites. There was some Egyptian people come with them too, and probably there's probably all kinds of races living down there, because that's where, kind of the center of everything was. And so there's a mixed multitude come out. And it says, "The mixed multitude that was among them fell lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic, longing for the good old days back in slavery. At least we had something good to eat," they're saying. "But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes." God's providing stuff to eat, and they're sick of it, I guess. "And the manna was coriander seed, the color thereof was of bdellium. And the people went out and gathered it, and ground it in meals, and beat it in mortar, and baked it in pans, made cakes of it. And the taste of it was the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. And Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have thou not found favor in your sight, that you lay the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all these people? Have I begotten them? That you should say unto me, Carry them in your bosom, as a nursing father bears the sucking child, unto the lamb which you swear unto their fathers? Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I'm not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if you deal thus with me, kill me, I pray you, out of hand, if I have found favor in your sight, and let me not see my wretchedness." So it's getting heavy on Moses, and he just soon, I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but life can get tough, man. It can. And you see this, Moses said, just kill me. You see that with Elijah. You see that with, a lot of people in the Bible. It gets pretty heavy sometimes. And it's heavy here for Moses. And he says, just kill me and don't let me see my wretchedness. He says, And the Lord says unto Moses, he's going to take care of him, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with you. So he's going to give him some help. And I will come down and talk with you there, and I will take of the Spirit which is upon you, and I will put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with you, that you bear it not yourself alone. And say unto the people, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and you shall eat flesh. For you have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you flesh, and you shall eat. You shall not eat. Watch what he does here. You ever heard the story of I'm sure people's done that. Little boy sneaking and smoking cigarettes, getting his daddy's cigarettes, and he gets caught, and what's daddy do? He makes him smoke a whole pack till he gets sick. Right here's where that comes from. The Lord's going to do that to these people. You shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it comes out at your nostrils. And it be loathsome unto you, because that you have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why came we forth out of Egypt? And Moses said, The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and you have said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? That's another problem we have. We can't see past the natural. God, when he does this, it's always supernatural. Go back and read about Jesus feeding the 5,000. They said the same thing. How can we feed all these people? God shows up and it's taken care of. It says, And the Lord said unto Moses, Is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou see not whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spake to him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied, and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other was Medad. And the Spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out of the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses, and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, My Lord forbid them. My Lord Moses forbid them. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and the Lord would put his Spirit upon them. And Moses gat him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel, and there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. So as far as you could walk in a day, that way, and then that way, and then 2 cubits high. That's how big the quail was. And he says, and the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day, and they gathered the quail. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers, and spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people that lusted. Remember those mixed multitude? And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hattaavah unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth. And that's chapter 11. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Come out and see me tomorrow. I'm going to be out Hyman there giving away my stuff, so see you then. Or not. I'll see you Monday anyway. God bless you.